All right. Mom, I'm home. Dear Lord. Oh, hey. You guys look familiar. Haven't seen you in a while. You got something in your nose? That's cool either which way. What's up, everybody? It is Boston Concessions. We have had a hiatus. Because your boy's been sick. Your boy's been running around like coughing and a little bit. As well with some other things. So, did we miss the beginning of the Patriots? Yes. Did we miss a lot of things with the Red Sox? Yes. Did we have to do something really big when we came back? Yes. So what did we do? I didn't put it in the header. But it'll be there when it actually goes live. I decided to actually do this not alone. Because it makes due for not being that guy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and the mid-sized ones of all ages, please welcome the land shark of land sharks, the teacher of all teachers, the mind-blowing to mind-blowings, Mr. Al Nahigian. Get your hand out of your nose.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
said check my nose, so I just had to double check it, just get all the boogies out.
I told them to check your nose, not you.
Hey, listen, sometimes it's with you, man.
I did. Listen, man, I did see a guy pick his nose for 5 minutes. I swear to God. If you know the reference, he was doing a Spalding. I was waiting for him to eat it.
By the way, if you were truly observant, you would have realized I was doing this. I was
I'm still holding it against you. Anyway, picking aside, Al, welcome aboard. It is great to see you. And
likewise.
I would love to put this announcement, as we are Boston Concessions, we are an SSBN podcast. And as the saying goes, when one goes down, the other one rolls around. Congratulations to SSBN's own Mike Gilligan. As ladies and men, the man is off the market. He has a ring on his finger. He is completely married. And there are men in the Florida area weeping because they haven't met him. I don't know why Florida. It just sounded nice. So to Mr. and Mrs. Gilligan, congratulations. I hope you guys are happy. I know Ollie's probably teary-eyed. Mr. Scott has probably been weeping in his hole. But either which way, we are all very happy for you. And I just wanted to share that because it's
nice.
It's a move on. It's a progression, and it's he is one of the men, the few, the proud. So while Mike was out getting married, me and Al are here gonna talk Red Sox, and we're also gonna talk Patriots. Why? Because I haven't talked about either one in a little bit, except for people asking me, hey, who you got going to the preseason, the postseason? Which one is it? It's the postseason. Who you got going there? Some guys. So we're going to figure that out. And we're going to talk. But before me and Al actually talk, if you're on YouTube live right now, you'll probably get a little sparing gift. If you're not, and you're listening on Spotify, I have Spotify and Shopify, so it completely throws me off. I don't know what to do with it. But there is the lovely gem that we're going to do for you.
Rafaela, deep center field, way back there. Meadows looks up. It's off the top of the wall. Here comes Gonzalez around third. He will score. Say hello to October. Cedon walks it off.
That was Cedar Rafaela with the walk-off hit that will actually bring the Red Sox to the postseason since 2021. They will be one of the wild card victors, and they will play hopefully soon. They either get the chance of playing the Yankees or I believe it's Toronto. They'll play one of the two.
They could play the Guardians too in a weird situation too.
But it's highly unlikely with the way the weird situation would come out. Do you want to explain the weird situation, Al?
Yeah, it's not too weird. I mean, it's basically so it's basically just if the Red Sox lose both and then the Guardians win both games. Guardians are playing the Rangers. Red Sox are playing the Tigers, obviously, from the clip last night. So basically, if the Red Sox lose both, Guardians win both. Guardians move into, I believe it's the 3, and then the Red Sox would move into that 6 seed. So then they would face off against each other in the wild card series.
Your assessment from what you've seen from the Red Sox since the All-Star break to their little decline in everything that's going on to a little bit of a bump getting ready for preseason. If you had to pick probably the perfect opponent for them, who would you roll with?
I would roll probably with the Cleveland Guardians at this point. You take a look at the other two potential opponents you have. You've owned the Yankees this year. That's for sure. The record says it. I think they were, I don't even know what they were, like something dumb. Like, you know what's funny? I had that in mind. I wish I'd said it because I would have sounded smart. But 9-4.
I told you preset. I was ready today.
You are.
I told you.
You're on your game. You're on your game today, Toph. I'll give you credit. So yeah, Red Sox were 9-4 against the Yankees this year. It's still the Yankees. Don't forget, this is a team that went to the World Series last year. Yeah, I know there's no Garrett Cole, but you still have an AL MVP candidate on that side in Aaron Judge that you still have to worry about. And guess what? He's due for a postseason moment. So I don't know if I'd want to see the Yankees just yet. The Blue Jays are interesting too. They have Kevin Gausman. They have Max Scherzer. They have Shane Bieber. But their offense is so good. And I think they're the best team at home this year. If I'm not mistaken, Topher. They had something crazy. It was like 52 and 20. It was, I think, like 52 and 25 or something like that. 52 and 26. Something crazy like that. But they are insanely good at home. Even though the Red Sox just took 2 out of 3 against them in Toronto. But I digress. When you look at the Guardians series and a potential matchup, Game 1 in Cleveland, you have Garrett Crochet. Who, by the way, Topher, I don't know if you know, could win a Cy Young this year. Very possible he could win the Cy Young or at worst finish runner-up. Who would the Guardians go against or go against him? Gavin Williams, Tanner Beebe, Logan Allen, Joey Cantillo, Luis Ortiz. Like, there's nobody that scares me in that matchup against Crochet. And then in game 2, so you win the Crochet game, now you got to win 1 out of 2 against a Cleveland team that really the only 2 hitters that worry you are Jose Ramirez and Steven Kwan in the leadoff hole. Other than that, there's nobody else in that lineup that really scares me. So that, I think, is an ideal matchup for the Red Sox. Now, if you're telling me Guardians are off the table and I got to pick between the Yankees and the Blue Jays, I'll take my crack at the Blue Jays. I will. You just beat them 2 out of 3. You know that Garrett Crochet can go in there and shut them down if need be. And you know that you can hit Max Scherzer. And you got to get to him in the first inning because in the first inning, his ERA is in the double digits. And you know that you can, if you can put up a good game plan, you can hit Kevin Gausman. So that's kind of my opening take. So in order, Guardians, Blue Jays, Yankees. But if we got the Yankees the first round, I'd be like, all right, you hope the regular season success carries into the postseason.
And for me, like to answer your question with the Toronto Blue Jays home record, they are 53-27.
There you
go. So not saying to the fact that, like, you know, if you look at the away record for the Red Sox, they're 41-40. So they're just over 500, which isn't bad. The one thing is that the Red Sox will be playing the wild card completely away.
Yeah.
They're not going to get a home game, which of course, like, you know, will tie in. The one thing I can say with the Guardians is, yes, you look at the lineup, they don't really have anybody enticing. They don't have anybody that's basically going to scare you, except for Jose Ramirez. I do agree with both men you mentioned. Steve Kwan, I believe, was the second guy.
Yep.
But this Cleveland team, and if you look at records from Cleveland themselves, people are basically saying this is a real-life take of the Cleveland Indians. Even like Major League, the baseball movie. It was basically the Guardians were what the Red Sox were doing. They were absolute going down the dumpster. And it's someone brought out a poster of the Guardians owner. This is a complete joke. And said, for every game we win, we remove an article of clothing. And they started winning. Because the Guardians were basically not, like, I think they were 12 or 15 games back. It was not anything good. They were going basically for the wild card. And I'm not sure if it was just the Guardians or if it was basically the team that we just played being the Detroit Tigers, who have basically imploded.
Oh, no.
The best team in baseball.
Not basically imploded, Topher. Have imploded. This team has full-on imploded in the month of September. Like, it is bad. Like, I'm going to look it up real quick. Bring up your point, because I'm going to tell you how they've done in September in a second.
Dookie. That's how they've done. Dookie.
Straight
up.
I
believe they lost against the Yankees, which did not help matters.
Nope.
Nothing has held them together right now. Like they were I always forget how to pronounce his name. Skubal?
Yeah.
Their Cy Young candidate. He's basically like, I think he's like 3 or 4 now. Which puts Crochet in, because the only person that was worrying people about Crochet winning the Cy Young was Skubal, because both of them were out pitching each other.
I know.
And the month of September, Skubal just took a poop.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the team. There you go, Joe Murray. There's my poop for the day. Okay.
So in the month of September, the Tigers' record in the month of September of 2025, 6-16. 6-16. Their last 10, Topher, 1-9. Got swept by Cleveland. Got swept by Atlanta. Lost 2 out of 3 to Cleveland again. So that's, 3-game series here, 3-game series there. Lost 2 out of 3 there. So 1-8. And then they lost to the Red Sox, obviously, on Friday night. You showed the Rafaela walk-off triple clip at the beginning of the show. So it's bad right now for Detroit. And if you're Tarek Skubal, you're saying to yourself, why am I going to stick around to be in this shit? Like, after next season, I'm going to opt out. I'm going to go play for a contender. So I think the Tigers not only blew their postseason chances, well, let me rephrase that. blew their chances of running away with the division. They blew their chances to keep Tarek Skubal in a Tigers uniform for life with this skid that they were on.
Disappointing. But I mean, we are not a Detroit podcast. We're a Boston podcast.
Yeah.
So bringing it back, a couple points I want to make.
Mm-hmm.
To anybody out there who ever doubted me, I have to say, there is a beautiful aspect to look at this because a lot of people complained when Rafael Devers was positioned off and sent off. The Red Sox were going to have issues, and the Giants were on a steamroll to do so much that they were bound postseason, and Buster Posey was looking like the champion of champions. Wait a minute. Back up. Let me look at my stat here. Since the trade from Rafael Devers, the Red Sox have gone 50-36 and made the postseason. How are the Giants doing? A minute. Hold up. Since the Devers trade, they are 38-50.
Topher.
Go ahead.
Didn't they also miss the playoffs?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I was trying to.
So, can you really say who won this trade?
Yes,
because
you can.
I'm not seeing the Giants winning this trade right now. Because everybody was saying, "Oh, look, we got like one of the best hitters in baseball. We got this." No, you got the curse of Rafael Devers right now because he just tanked your season. Now, I'm not saying like he did it himself. Okay, Justin Verlander was not the same pitcher. He was not, throwing the gas and the sass that he usually does. But the whole team just basically seemed like it was not pulling a Detroit Tigers. But you can say they started back in June because they were on the lump sum of going all like downward hill. And they didn't spiral completely out of control because it didn't take till September to do it. They were doing it since June. So June, July, August, September. Here we are. And they're going to play golf right now. I'm sorry. Even if the Red Sox moved their trade pieces and they did everything they did, the one thing I could say is removing Rafael Devers made this team better. Stats show it. 50-36 since Rafael Devers left the Red Sox uniform. I'm okay with that. I like it.
Right.
So if anybody wants to say, "Oh, the Red Sox, you get rid of Rafael Devers," I'm going to keep that voice, by the way. I'm still loving that thing. Yes,
you should clip.
You got rid of Rafael. I probably will. Yes, you got rid of Rafael Devers. But what have you done? You pitched good. Solid defense. Good hitting. Okay. Decent hitting.
I wasn't talking the hitting.
The defense?
Yes.
How many errors did the Red Sox have?
115, I think. They lead the majors in errors.
Were most of...
So I'll say this.
Yeah.
Their defense, by getting a guy like Nathaniel Lowe, when you got him, a Gold Glove caliber first baseman, when you got Alex Bregman back in spring training, a Gold Glove third baseman, you would think the defense was cleaned up. A lot of it was early in the year, they were still making the same errors. And it doesn't help that Trevor Story has 7 errors in the month of September. That doesn't help. So the defense, You can talk about like the outfield defense for the most part, besides Duran every now and again is good.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a concern going into the postseason. How will this team be defensively? Will they boot routine ground balls? Will they give teams extra bases? Because the players are in place.
Will they give unearned runs where they're not supposed to?
Exactly. That's the key thing. And you can't do that in the postseason. You just can't do it. Can't give teams multiple chances.
No, and you also can't throw up like just, hey, we're going to give you this run just because we want to. Okay, they're giving us a chance, boys. Let's go.
Yep. Can't do it.
No. Ridiculous. And we're not under that umbrella. We don't do that stuff. We're Red Sox. So, bigger question, now that the Rafael Devers fiasco is behind me, I don't have to talk about it anymore. He's not postseason bound. I don't care. There is a bigger matter that I have, even though the Red Sox have made the postseason. Alex Cora. Now, argument's sake, I'm still not a Cora guy. I'm not on board with being a Cora guy. I'm probably not ever from this moment going to be a Cora guy, and I'm fine with it. However, the one thing I will give a little bit of credit for is that if he makes it into the postseason, which he has, can you argue that each level of postseason win and victory will give him a little bit more credibility to be back here next season? Sustainably so, the take I'm basically making, which I did make on a TikTok on somebody else's, I look at the probability of Alex Cora being back next season. If he doesn't make it through the wild card, he's gone. If he makes it through the ALDS, great. But if he doesn't make it through the ALDS, it's a 50-50. If he makes it to the ALCS, he's fine. I still say there's a parameter, something that is not right in Denmark between the Red Sox and Alex Cora. And the beginning of September is basically what transpired to make me think this. I don't know if it's a Cora thing and a Breslow thing, and they just need to kiss and make up. Which if people want to watch that, it's on pay-per-view somewhere. If they want to do something to where like both of those guys need to get it together, that's what I want to know. That's what I want to see. But yes, it is the first time they are in the postseason in a little bit. And I want to know, if you don't go far, are you still here? What do you think, Al?
I think that you are finding every excuse to want him out of here. Because yes.
No.
Yeah, yes.
I would have, no, because I would have said like, hey, if they don't hit 30 home runs in the postseason, Alex Cora's fired.
No.
Okay, that's making an excuse.
No, because here's why. You're going into the postseason without your best hitter. You're not probably going to have Roman Anthony for these whole playoffs. So that right there, you can't blame Alex Cora for. Number one. Number two, you got this team that traded away Rafi Devers, that everybody thought was going to be another basement dweller like they were the last 3 years. You got them into the playoffs. That's number two. Number three, he still has 2 more years of an extension where he's earning $7 million a year. They're not going to want to eat that money. Especially now, it's like, how bad would it look, especially if you lose in the wild card in a 3-game series and it's competitive, or you win that wild card series and you lose in the divisional series? Nobody is expecting this team to make it past the ALDS. I am not expecting this team to make it past the ALDS, and I'm fine with that because it's not their year. I'm happy with postseason baseball. Red Sox fans should be happy with postseason baseball. And I'm going to tell you something. Alex Cora, the other night on Friday, coached that game against the Tigers like it was a playoff game, and he hit every single decision right on the head. He managed. Go ahead.
No, it took him until September 30th or September 20-something to do that?
Nope, you're not listening. I said that he managed that specific game, which was a playoff type game, and he managed it to perfection. How many other managers this year have managed a perfect season? None of them. So now, right, these other managers, because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna throw this on you right now. Would you rather have, and take your personal bias out of it? I'm talking from a baseball perspective.
Okay.
And if you answer this the way I think you're going to answer it, I might log off the podcast off this show right now. I am dead serious. Alex Cora or Aaron Boone?
Ron Washington.
Answer the question.
But neither. I'd rather put a rookie in there.
No, you got to pick one.
Pick one?
You got to pick one. Don't try to weasel your way out of this. Pick one.
It's a moot point. Both of them are jackasses.
Baseball perspective. Alex Cora.
Okay.
Aaron Boone.
Okay.
Which one are you picking?
And I'll give you the reason why I'm going to say it. I would take Aaron Boone.
Oh, you're okay. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Hold on.
Goodbye. No, I don't even have to hear it. Bye-bye.
I want my rebuttal and the reason why. Because I literally just thought of it. Because number one, no, I did answer in a non-way that you thought of because I wouldn't go for either one. Okay? I'd rather have a janitor run the team. Okay? That's flat out. But if you look at who's worked with guys more, who's got more wins, who's got more focus, and who's got more of a build on each of the teams over the years that they've done look at the wins, look at the outcomes of each year. The Yankees have mainly topped the Red Sox. And no, I do not want to talk about this. I do not want to talk and give the Yankees any type of credit whatsoever.
You don't have to,
okay?
But you're doing it.
It is against my guts and blood.
You're still doing it. But you say you don't want to do it.
Because it's honest. It's honest. Plus, Aaron Boone does not have multiple cheating scandals on him.
I told you to take that out of it. I told you to take it out of it. I said just baseball.
I'm stating baseball. Okay, which one of those two men was suspended from baseball for a year for cheating in a World Series?
That's not the premise of the question. I understand that because I know if it was everything, yes, of course you'd pick Aaron Boone because you have this thing against Alex Cora because of the whole cheating scandal. Now, the only thing I'm going to say to that is I hope you have that same disdain for AJ Hinch too. I hope you do.
I do.
Okay, as long as you have it both ways, that's fine. Okay, I'm good with that then.
Because let's put it this way. If the Red Sox said, no, we're going to fire Alex Cora and we're going to hire AJ Hinch, you know what I'd say?
What?
You're a moron. Get the fuck out.
Okay.
Seriously. Okay? Both guys cheated. It's the same thing as if they signed Carlos Beltran like the Mets did. Okay? And the Mets got rid of him as a coach. Okay? Because of what he did in that part. So he was a part of it. But if the Red Sox signed Carlos Beltran in the same swing, I'd still be the same way. Beltran, Hinch, Cora, see ya. Don't want to talk about it. But the other reason why that like really gives me the red ass, red ass, is to the point to the fact that like what management did, which, well, we're going to mutually part ways. And then we're going to put this guy in to actually be the coach, be the fall guy for the year of a bad year. And then we're going to go find another manager. Screw it. We're just going to hire Alex Cora back. That's the part that burns me. That's the part that I still say behind closed doors, both Alex Cora and management sat there and said, we're going to separate for the year. Give people time to push it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hire you back.
So let me ask you
I
this.
have a feeling. Still have a feeling that was the game plan. No, go.
Let me ask you this question. Are you basically saying that you would take any other manager in the game right now over Alex Cora because of the cheating scandal?
Yes.
Okay. Then that's all right. So then that discussion's over because there's nothing I can say to make you be like, you know what? You actually have a point. So that's fine. And that's fine. I'm not even mad about it. It's like, okay.
If you remember when we were on Couch Guy,
yeah.
Okay. I was a Cora guy. Until he got bagged for cheating.
You do realize they all cheat by using the iPads to look at pitch selections and everything else, right?
They don't cheat by using a garbage can.
That is fine. The garbage can point I can give you, but they all do cheat. That's the thing in the MLB. They're cheating
I'll
in the game.
give it. Let's put it this way. I didn't go over the second scandal with the iPad, or the iPad or the iWatch and everything like that when he was with the Red Sox. Okay, with the secondary round that like actually got him in question. No. Okay? I'm talking about what he did in Houston when the shit came out and the Red Sox hired him, and when the whole thing was passed down that he was going to be suspended, the way they handled it.
All I'm going to say is if they ever found a way to win this World Series, which I know they're not going to, but if they ever miraculously pulled off like a 2013 run or something like that, I hope that you do not go to that parade, because it will be for Red Sox fans that support this team through and through and even support the manager. I'm just saying that right now.
Stop. Time out. Back the fuck up. Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you? You're criticizing from 7 years ago.
Hold on. I'm criticizing Alex. I'm criticizing Alex Cora because I'm not the only one out there.
Red Sox.
That's right, but I am not criticizing the players. I did not. Here's one thing I will say. I did not, under any circumstances, criticize Chris Sale when he was coming back from injury, because I was excited and it was one of the few games I watched when Chris Sale came back. Why? Because I love him as a pitcher, and I know he dominates like crazy. Who never gave up on Trevor Story? You think Tyler Milliken in 98.5 is the only guy? Nope. This guy. This guy.
I love Milliken stuff.
Okay.
Stuff is good.
I believe it was also Matt McCarthy as well that never gave up on Trevor Story.
But no. McCarthy.
No, he got on the train this year. That's right too.
He got back on, but he was out for a while. He was driving the train to be like, Trevor Story's a bust. And I love Matt McCarthy. I do. Really good guy. Love talking baseball with him when I get the chance to. But he was very clear on that. And Jared Carrabis had to be like, respect your tribal chief. And then Story went on. But anyways, all right, let's get this back on track because we're rehashing.
But to go over it, watching Roman Anthony play, fantastic. Watching Zidane Rafaela, beautiful. Who am I passionate for? To where I also went to bat for Jarren Duran when everybody, Jarren Duran's trade bait. I'll bet you any amount of money Jarren Duran is still on this goddamn team after the trade deadline. Hey, wait, where's Jarren Duran? Oh, yeah, he's still with the team.
Yeah, Still on the team. I thought he was going to be
just because I hate the manager and I have a bias against the manager does not mean I fail my team. Okay? I still have high hopes for them. I still have love for them. But the manager can go suck an egg. Deepfully. Okay?
Hey, man.
It's kind of like in the last year that David Price was here, and he was sitting there playing Fortnite instead of focusing on the frigging series wins he was supposed to do, okay, and have bad games against New York. Okay, what did I say about David Price? He sucks. What did he do after that? He went to the Dodgers, did he not? And he still sucked.
Even though he pitched masterfully in the 2018 playoffs and helped you win that World Series.
He sucks.
Clincher in the ALCS, big World Series win.
Dude, and Jackie Bradley also hit like a friggin' home run like friggin' every 2 games. I still think Jackie Bradley blows monkeys. Where is he in the league now? Oh, yeah, that's right, too. He's not playing anywhere.
Wow, it's called old age, Topher. They retired. That's a shocking concept.
Like 33. He's 33.
People retire early. In the MLB? In the MLB, people retire early. Not in the real world.
You retire early when you suck and you can't find a team. And you can't hit.
That we can always agree on. Jackie Bradley could not hit. That we can always fall back on together.
So fine. The premise that was brought up today also, considering the Seattle Mariners are in the AL West. The number 3 seed will probably belong to the Guardians, if to the fact that they do win where they are and hold ground, which I believe they will. Who's the MVP of the league?
You talking the whole league, or are you just talking each respective league, like American and National League?
Just American League.
I think it's Cal Raleigh, because the Mariners are nowhere near where they are right now without Cal Raleigh. And I know you could say the same for Judge too, and I understand that. But everybody expected the Yankees to win the division. True or false? For the most part.
At the beginning of the year, when they were actually on their full tear, yes. When
right.
it got to the midway point and Toronto took over because of their run, yeah.
Right, but beginning of the season, and you even just said it, beginning of the season, everybody thought the Yankees had the division in the bag. Nobody, I shouldn't say nobody, but people were torn in the AL West because the Mariners had the pitching, but the age-old tale was, can they hit enough? And then you have the Houston Astros that always found a way. But then, again, before the season, they didn't have Correa until they got him at the trade deadline. Bregman goes to the Red Sox. They lose a couple other pieces. And now they're out of the playoffs entirely. So I think to that credit, you have to give Cal Raleigh his flowers and give him the AL MVP. He's hit 60 home runs. When's the last time you've seen a catcher hit 60 home runs? You don't see it.
Oh, it's
national.
Go ahead.
I was going to say real quick, National League, I would give it to Kyle Schwarber because I think he's on a tear in Philly for how good they've been. But it wouldn't surprise me if they gave Ohtani back-to-back MVP awards. But again, that's just me.
Well, Ohtani also had some time off due to the fact of injury and otherwise. And basically whatever you did last year, great. It was an MVP candidate year. But you haven't held up the end of the bargain. Where are the Dodgers right now in the National League? They're third. There's 2 other teams that are better than them. So you can't give it to Ohtani because he's basically fallen off the map a little bit. Schwarber is basically playing at an age bracket, crushing the ball, non-steroid. Hope to God. But the man's a masterful smacker of ball.
Smacker
of ball. But going back to the AL version, Aaron Judge, on base percentage, slugging, he's got it. Cool. Great. Who else do you have on that team? Jazz Chisholm, Cody Bellinger. Names go down the list. It's not just him that gets everybody everywhere. But to your point, Kyle Raleigh, catcher, switch hitter. I love that sound. And 60 home run hitter. Yeah, his average is not what Aaron Judge's is. But his home runs, his RBIs, his carry to make sure like what the team is doing. Also, what he does to control the pitching. He is the catcher. His defensive prowess is not like a left fielder, right fielder, or center fielder. He is the overall commander-in-chief of the game. He is controlling what the pitchers do. He is making sure that the team is like on point. Why? Because that's what a catcher does. He has more responsibility than Judge, which makes him the most valuable player. Not how much he has, which, trust me, hitting 60 home runs, he's got enough.
Right.
But what he does not only at bat. Okay? I compared him to Mike Piazza. Why? Because Mike Piazza could hit home runs and call a game. And he was an all-star caliber catcher. That's basically what Kyle Raleigh did this year. So, there's my vote. There's my flowers. And yes, I did just give another Yankee credit somewhere. I gotta check my pulse and temperature. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Kyle Raleigh.
I hold it with that. That's basically what I would want. And to the Red Sox, I'm looking at their possible opponents. The regular season, like we said, the Yankees were 9-4. The Toronto Blue Jays were 5-8. So the Red Sox right now have winning records against... No, they have winning records against the Yankees. But they are 5-8 against the Blue Jays.
Right.
Okay. The Guardians have basically done really good against the Red Sox.
They've done. What's the record?
They took 2 out of 3 in both Cleveland and Boston.
Cleveland took 2 out of 3 in Boston. Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising. I'll just say this real quick, Tove, just to kind of not shift gears, but kind of just a different point. If the Tigers beat the Red Sox today 2-1. So the Tigers are in. Tigers are in the postseason. Now, the situation for tomorrow is Red Sox win. They're heading to Toronto or the Yankees. If the Red Sox lose, the Guardians win tonight, and the Guardians win on Sunday, then the Red Sox go to Cleveland to take on the Guardians. And actually, you mentioned it like maybe 10 minutes ago, your boy Tyler Milliken. So he put out something on Twitter that said, between the three, who do you want in the first round of the playoffs? And he said for him...
And we're talking about it.
Yep. For him, Blue Jays, they're starting Kevin Gausman tomorrow on Sunday to potentially win the division. They lose, and you end up facing the Blue Jays. No Chris Bassett. Bo Bichette is out too.
Yep.
Deflated from, and I'm taking this right from Milliken's tweet, deflated from blowing the division. And by the way, Garrett Crochet in 3 starts this year against the Blue Jays, 1.31 ERA. Just throwing that out there.
I'll give Nipplekin his flowers. It's great. Yeah, I call him Tyler Nipplekin.
I understand now. I gotcha.
Triple nipples, buddy.
Yeah. Nipples.
Trip nips.
Nips.
Trip nips. For anybody who doesn't know, Tyler Milliken would actually show his nipples if any Red Sox player got a triple. Man, Jaron Duran made that man show his nipples a lot.
Yeah, he did. He did. Give him credit. He always came up with a creative way to show them.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to give him credit for it.
You have to.
So here's a hypothetical, because I know me and you like playing this game.
Oh, it's great.
Hypothetical as it rolls. The Red Sox beat whoever they do in the wild card. Now they're in the ALDS. Who would the Red Sox face if they advanced? And who would you want to see them play in the ALDS? Mind you, they will not also have home field advantage because it's probably going to be an upper echelon team, and
right,
they are the wild card team.
Right. So if they play, it's so tough because you don't know who they're playing yet, and that's the part that sucks. Yep. I know.
Yeah.
If they play, I'll take the very Bostonian approach. I'll say the Yankees, because you know what? Playoff baseball, Red Sox, Yankees, crochet against Fried, Judge, Bregman, the young kids. It gives that little extra
flair.
Extra oomph.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. I would go the Yankees. Now, if you want the more practical route to actually get to the ALCS, you play Toronto in the first round in the wild card. You beat Toronto. You hope that Cleveland upsets the Yankees, and then you get Cleveland in the division series. That, I think, is the realistic path that they would have to get just to get to the ALCS.
But see, that also would scare me for a simple reason, and this is the baseball guy in me. It would scare me because it means the Guardians are for real in the way they've played in the stretch from August to September. The way they've basically scraped back and took ownership of the Central. Not only that, but you're also playing a very good... I really got to stop this. They're playing a really good Yankee team.
They are.
Where, yes, you have to worry about the bats. You have to worry about their pitching. But if they come in and they beat the Yankees, that's some heavy stuff. And if you're going in to play them, that right there, yes, it's gonna make for some very good postseason ball, and I look forward to it because between both combatants, it's gonna be a grind. But then you got to worry about who comes out of it, because that's gonna be a crucial piece.
Right.
Because then you're going to have the ALCS. Got to hope you win there. And then the potential of who the heck they'd play, hypothetically, if they even made the World Series. I would love to see Sox and Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Sox and Phillies, Brie DeLeo, who, she's
a huge baseball fan.
She goes back and forth between Cubs, Sox. She wants a Cubs-Red Sox series. Can't blame it, because very two old teams in baseball. I mean, the possibilities are endless. I mean, Red Sox Dodgers, what? 2.0? This time with Ohtani? I like the Phillies aspect because one of the things is, and you know, where the Red Sox released Walker Buehler, and the last show I did before the hiatus, I stated to the fact you had Dustin May and Walker Buehler, which one is going to get the boot? And sure enough, during my hiatus, Walker Buehler got released, picked up by the Phillies, and he's got a 1-point-something ERA with a 2-0 win.
Oh, you knew that was going to happen. You knew he was going to go back to the National League and be good again. That was as obvious as could be.
Trash receptacle that man is.
It's garbage. Straight up garbage.
Trash.
Absolute trash.
But the way people are saying, though, is, and I'm not scapegoating this, not saying it, but the rumor to it is that he was excited to join the Red Sox. He was really pumped. Started getting to work, and as he started getting to work, he found to the fact that like the way certain people talked was not what the expectation was. So it may be a Walker Buehler thing that he just thought it was going to be sunshine and rainbows, got in the clubhouse, didn't like the atmosphere. That could have broken it. It could be true to the fact that like the way everything was going with him and management just wasn't meant to be. It was nice on paper. Doesn't mean the attitude follows the suit. But in closing about baseball, putting your love aside for the Red Sox, who do you see winning the World Series this year?
So my matchup is Mariners, Phillies, and I think the Phillies take it. The Mariners have the pitching, man. They do. They have the pitching to get them far in the postseason. And when they picked up
the Phillies have the better bat.
They do, but you know the expression, good pitching shuts down good hitting. You know that.
This is true.
So, I mean, in a 7-game series, and don't forget, the Phillies lost Zach Wheeler for the year. That was their ace. So that's going to come back to bite them in the ass, especially when if and when they get into like the NLCS and everything too. It's going to come back to hurt them. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because like you're basically looking at 2 starts for your ace because he'll have to go game 1 or even possibly game 2. And then if it gets to game 5, you're looking at him again. And if game 7 is even a question mark, do you give him an inning of pitching? And that's basically what your ace is. Your ace is going to go in there and he's going to have to fill in. You saw Chris Sale do it. You saw David Price do it. You saw Nathan Eovaldi do it.
And hopefully you get to see Garrett Crochet do it.
And
that's your hope.
The reason I have a lot of faith in this Red Sox team, Garrett Crochet is one. Because he has been everything and advertised on the year. And thank God he has been. 2, the reemergence of the heated arm to one Aroldis Chapman.
Yep.
That man has signified what Boston needed for a little bit, which has also been another one of the stains that I will say on certain things, not consistently having a closer. You have a guy that does it, but he doesn't fit the bill. Breslow went out and got you a closer. And that's exactly what you used him for. And he has been nothing but the best closer in baseball. If it was him versus Mariano Rivera, who was the best closer in baseball, That'd be hard to pick because Aroldis Chapman is basically having probably the year of years. And I love that to him. He deserves it.
He does. He's had a great year. He's located his fastball, and he's located his slider when need be. But there's a even more important piece that you're forgetting about. Garrett Whitlock.
The setup man.
Garrett Whitlock has given up, I think, 1 earned run since July. So you could arguably have the best 8-9. And by the way, Justin Slayton's back, and he's starting to ramp back up again. And in the postseason, you realize how this has been over the past, I'd say decade. If you can get a shorter game, get the shorter game. Then if, let's say Giolito, right? Let's say Lucas Giolito can only go 4 innings. Then you can just bridge those 5th and 6th innings with a Josh Harrison, a Peyton Tolley, or somebody else. Get to the 7th, Slayton in the 7th, Whitlock in the 8th, Chapman in the 9th. And that's a recipe to win baseball games in October. So you have that luxury.
What's up?
That's how you. No, you're good. That's how you win baseball games. That's how you're going to win in October. You got to scratch out and claw 3 or 4 runs, get good pitching, which you will get with Crochet, knock on wood,
yep.
And Brian Bayo, knock on wood. And then we go from there. Then we go.
Which, taking that into full context, I'm hoping that's the way it goes, considering down the stretch and also within a few other blemishes, the bullpen the bullpen started the year as probably a mix, good and bad, and then during the win it became one of the better bullpens in baseball. And then somewhere it started to have a couple holes like Swiss cheese.
Right.
And I'm hoping to the fact it's starting to get its consistency with coming back. I would love to see it hold down the games, but also give support to the starters that are going to need it. Because the playoffs are, as I've stated for multiple years, the playoffs are a completely different animal than the regular season.
Yep.
You get guys that just scrape by, and all of a sudden they become lions because they want it bad. And top tier teams can't hold down when their little princes can't hold down the lion, they lose. So that's of course what I'm hoping to see. And yes, I would love to see the Red Sox make the steps. But I also have to look at what happens if the Red Sox don't make the steps. What changes are going to happen? What Breslow is going to pitch off? What's the outcome with Alex Bregman at the end of the season? And you already have the other guys signed up, lined up, and ready to go. Do you take another chance on a year with Trevor Story?
I know he's around for 2 more years, so they'll probably
doesn't mean you can't trade him, buddy. Especially if he's error proof right now. Yes, his 30-30, his everything he's done, it's been beautiful. I love talking about it.
Mm-hmm. I think,
but defense is also going to win the game.
I think the realization, Topher, is you're stuck with Trevor Story. He's had a great season, no doubt about it. But think about the 2 years prior. Teams, if he were to opt out of his deal, which I don't know if he can after the season, that's something that we'd have to look at on Spotrac. Mm-hmm. But even if he wanted to opt out, there's no other team that's going to pay him $30 million for the health alone. So for the health, right. 1, and for the defense, like you said, 2. So the Red Sox are just going to have to eat that contract. Because don't forget, you have Marcelo Mayer, too. That is another injury problem. And I don't want to go too long on this. I just want to give a quick take. Just real quick. This offseason, if you have a chance to revisit the Joe Ryan situation in Minnesota, and Minnesota says the guy we want is Marcelo Mayer, I would be inclined to make that trade.
I would. Gone.
Because you have a chance to win. If you get Joe Ryan in 2026, you have a chance to really go far. Then
because you have a 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Then it would be Crochet, Ryan, and Bayo, which would be great. And then second base, Roman Gonzalez can take care of. That's fine. I'll take average second base play.
Well, remember, you could also have Tristan Campbell that comes back up.
You could. That's true. If he's ready.
Then you'll also have Casas back for the year.
Oh, he'll go down again. And I like Tristan Casas. I do. He's another one. Can't stay on the field. He can't. He can't stay on the field, and you know it. He can't.
I just love how you push it. Oh, he'll go down again.
Just, and again, I'm not rooting for injury on Tristan Casas. I want that clear, everybody. I'm not rooting for anybody to get injured. The fact of the matter is, though, he can't stay healthy. So are we going to rely on Tristan Casas to play 130, 140 games in 2026? I think that's highly unlikely to be expecting.
It would be nice.
Of course it would.
Oh, God, Red Sox talk with you.
It's fun. It's a good time.
You know what that means, though, when we do things like this?
What's that?
We got to start doing this. We got to start talking to the Patriots.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I know. It's that good transition. We always have like wonderful conversations about our Red Sox, Patriots. Oh.
All right. Let's get this over with. What do we got?
Well, the New England Patriots actually have a game against Carolina Panthers this Sunday,
which I will be at.
And congratulations!
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It is week 4. The Patriots have a 1-2 record. And the Panthers also have the 1-2 record.
Mm-hmm.
Patriots defense going against Bryce Young.
Yep.
And the young wide receiver, Tatoria McMillan. And Drake May will go... Huh?
Questionable for tomorrow. Pat McMillan.
That might be a good thing. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But you also look at Drake May playing against the Panthers defense, who hasn't been slouchy, but they also haven't been wonderful either. You also have got the ace in the hole with the Panthers, being Chuba Hubbard, because he is a absolute workhorse in the backfield. But with everything that the Patriots have basically come off of, with Christian Gonzalez is expected to play against the Panthers. That's a huge bump, because that should actually elevate the defensive level. Hoping to God it does. But also the biggest question mark is, who's your starting running back?
Okay. Is that what you're asking me right now?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know what the answer is. You know what it is. It's Ramondre Stevenson.
Trayvon Henderson.
No, that's who it should be.
Oh.
It should be Trayvon Henderson. But it's going to be Ramondre Stevenson, because they have this belief in him that he can be part of the offense, which at this point, I can understand, because especially in the Miami game, he was a big part of why you won that game. Ramondre Stevenson was good in that Miami game. But I think more of the Pittsburgh game is more of the routinely performances that you see from Stevenson more often than not. You see not being able to protect the football. You see the bad turnovers inside the red zone. That's the problem. It's not just that he fumbles so much. More often than not, it's when he fumbles. That's the problem. Yeah, when you're a half inch away from scoring a touchdown. Like, it's just insane to me.
I was at a card show today, and somebody picked up a Ramondre Stevenson card, and I said, how much? And they handed it over, and he's like, oh, I'd do this amount. And he hands it back, and the guy said, yeah, I'll take it. So as he's holding it, I said, don't fumble that card. I know. Got a good laugh out of both people. But it's one thing to the fact, like, if you had Antonio Gibson in where Ramondre Stevenson was last, like, against the Miami Dolphins,
yep,
he might have done 2/3 the same thing that Ramondre did. If you probably had Travion Henderson in the same spot, he might have actually handled it just as well. So there's always questionables. But you're right. There are points where Ramondre, for whatever reason, getting a big first down and having the ball punched out, you're not holding the ball. I believe it was Hunter Henry who got a reception during the Pittsburgh game and held it like this just to get an extra 4 yards.
Yep, drop
and
the
it's
shoulder.
Basically, and he was screaming to everybody like, this is how you protect the ball. To me, that's just a funny moment. You know? You've got 2 fumbles, and then the one on Drake May, I understand he should have went down with the ball.
Yep.
And I also understand to the fact that, like, being blindsided doesn't help with a lot of things, but when you go to pitch it off, if you're getting hit, that ball is gone. And sadly, that's what happened. He went to shuffle, and just as he went to shuffle, he was hit, and that ball was going nowhere.
But the problem
course,
with
yes.
that, but the problem with that, Toph, is that that's Drake May trying to do too much. At that point,
right,
there are some times where with Drake May, he's trying to create something out of nothing. And sometimes the better play is take the sack, give your offense another play. Because think about this. All Drake, like, if you take a look back at the Pittsburgh game, the drive before the end of the first half, if they run the ball, maybe they fumble it again. But if they take 3 knees, like they just knee the ball 3 times, they're getting 3 points. And then it's 14-10 going into the half or whatever it was at that moment,
yep,
right? The whole point is when you're trying to make something out of nothing, you're giving away points. And if you're the New England Patriots, who over the last 5 seasons since Brady left have been trying to figure out this offense, you can't give away points like that. You just can't.
No.
So you gave away 7 on the Ramondre fumble. You gave away 3 on the Drake May interception. So just right there, those 2 turnovers, 10 points. You lost 21-14. There's your 24-21 win right there. They should have, and you can agree with this, they should have blown out the Steelers. That was an embarrassment that they did not blow out that Steelers team. That Steelers team did not impress me at all.
Well, so some of the points they actually, like, I don't even want to say to the fact that, like, they played really, really, really good ball. Because the Steelers were also slouchy within some of the plays they did. However, the one team that beat themselves up is the Patriots. You let, I almost wanted to say Roethlisberger, but it's not. You let Aaron Rodgers basically walk all over you. This is a man who got beaten up and was supposed to be done, give or take, like from when he played the Jets. And now, all of a sudden, like, he goes from the Jets to here.
And he didn't look good Sunday. He didn't look good Sunday. There were the 2 touchdown passes he threw. The one to Metcalf and the one to Austin, those were two good throws. I will give him that.
Yep.
Other than that, he did not look really great. Like
he looked mediocre.
He was more clutch than he was good, is what I would say. When they needed the throw, he got them the 2 touchdown passes. But other than that, forget it.
But that's what a veteran does. A veteran is going to get the pass where he needs to go. And that's where I won't give him credit. I mean, hell, at least he's not in the Giants. And he's not playing the feature of, I don't know, a Russell Wilson who is now benched. I said one of the biggest things you're going to see this year, and I know I went completely off topic, but one of the things I wanted to see this year was which team in New York was going to be better. Was it going to be the Jets, or was it going to be the Giants? And right now, it is a 50-50 toss-up because Justin Fields looked good in game 1.
Yep.
Craptastic game 2 because he had the concussion.
Yep.
Didn't play in game 3 because of concussion protocol. Or did he play in game 3?
I don't think he played game 3.
Okay. And now he's supposed to be back this week to where it's game 4. So if he looks like as he did in game 1, ooh, that might be good. But you already know Russell Wilson is losing this because he played 1, played 2, played 3, benched.
I don't know. Those New York teams are just always fun to just shit on because they're so bad.
Yeah, but I just found it funny. Both of them were on the Pittsburgh Steelers last year.
Yep.
Both New York teams took them. And it's who's the better team now?
I know.
One is Russell Wilson, who hasn't mattered since he was on the Seahawks.
And he's not even starting anymore. They're starting Jackson Dart on Sunday.
Exactly. He's benched. Yay. Speaking of quarterbacks, Mac Jones looked good in his first start.
Wow. And now he's going to be benched again. Whoopee.
Well, true. I mean, but the did you read the reports coming out of San Francisco?
Well, no.
People were actually calling for Mac Jones to start, even if Brock Purdy got better.
Bruh.
Dude, I'm also like a secondary, like my NFC team is the Niners. So am I looking at this as okay? Mac Jones had a great game. Congratulations. Without George Kittle and without Brandon Ayuk, he had Kendrick Bourne with him. And what was it? How do you I forget how to pronounce it. Percival? Their second year wide. Yeah, they're
Persal, whatever.
Yeah. Like he's a rocket stud. The man gets shot and he's still like friggin' doing what he did. That was a rookie that got like shot and he missed out on some games. And this was last year. He came in and he was okay. Yeah, he's great. But now this year he's like, oh yeah, I'm show you what I can do. And that's wonderful. Can you replace someone like Brock Purdy, who knows the offense? According to people in San Francisco, maybe we should. I still say no.
I mean, what are we even talking about here? Brock Purdy's the starter. Brock Purdy got a big contract. Like this is non-negotiable. San Francisco fans need to stop getting so much sun and like think about what they're saying. Like, what are we doing?
Dude, some people just drink the wrong Kool-Aid.
Clearly.
They forget that this is the two things I can say is that it was rumored that Mac Jones would be able to glide and succeed in a Kyle Shanahan offense. And it's bolding true. If for what he did in the first game and a little bit of the second game, because it was a little bit tougher on the defense was.
Right.
But still, it's just funny when you look at previous guys. So, in question, speaking of quarterbacks, if you're drafting number 1 and you have the first 2 guys lined up in Bryce Young and Drake May, who are you taking?
Drake May. Not even a question. You don't take the Alabama quarterbacks. The Alabama quarterbacks don't make it in the NFL. They just don't. Like the most successful one, you could say, I guess, would be Tua. And even that is right, exactly my point.
Oh,
like you see,
Tua turned the ball over.
Yeah, Tua turned the ball over. Exactly. Like it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Who's gonna have the worst season this year right now? Because both of these teams are 0-3. Both of these teams have a lot to prove in. I'm not mentioning I know. I'm not mentioning the Patriots right now.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. Continue.
So, out of these two teams, who's going to have the worst record? Both are 0-3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Both have a lot to prove coming into week 4. And both of them look like trailer trash.
Okay.
One is the Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
And 2 is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, who's going to be worse? That's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredibly easy. It's the Miami Dolphins. They have no defense. They have no defense at all. Their defense is terrible. Like Tyreek Hill is probably gonna get traded at the deadline. He's probably gonna get traded to the Chiefs. Probably gonna end up back in Kansas City.
Yes. Yeah, but what does that do to Tyquan Thornton? He's having a season right now.
I know, just crazy. But whatever.
Painful.
Yeah, it is painful. Just picked him up in fantasy, actually.
So did I.
There you go.
Had to. Hollywood Brown wasn't doing crap.
Oh, I know.
That's okay. Freaking AJ Brown wasn't doing anything for me. Marvin Harrison was scaring me, and thankfully, Marvin Harrison actually came up with like 17 point something fantasy points.
Really?
So I'm off to a good start with just the wide receiver. And of course, I'm not complaining about my quarterback. I've got Jordan Love. And the backup quarterback is Michael Penix. We are not a newsworthy place that spells a person's name wrong. We may pronounce it wrong. I couldn't believe they named that. I couldn't believe they called that man Michael Penis on the teleprompter, and I'm like, oh my god, what is wrong with you?
That was funny. That was genuinely funny.
Oh, Lord, that's like putting a G in front of my name and saying like, hey, this guy's name is Gopher. Really, no, but thank you.
Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Oh. So I guess the question, and I know which way we're probably going with this. So the Patriots right now are looking better than 2 of their rivals.
Yeah.
Which is always a positive.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing a couple places that have basically compared the team last year to this year and stating to the fact that last year's team was a little bit better, especially having the same record. Al,
Yes.
stats aside, and
Stats
looking
aside.
at the team, how do you feel? Do you feel that this New England Patriots team is doing better, or do you think they're doing worse?
I think personally, the offense is doing better. The offense looks functional. It actually looks like it can move down the field. I think the defense has been significantly worse than people think. I think they're giving up too many yards, missing too many tackles, giving up too many big plays. I think they are at the same spot they were last year with Gerard Mayo, but there is plenty of room to improve. There's more room for growth with this Mike Vrabel-led team as opposed to that Gerard Mayo-led team last year. That's where I'm at.
Do you think by the halfway point or by the time they actually get over the hump of, I believe it's the Buffalo game, do you think once they get over I know I just made a funny with the Buffalo hump and
nah, you're fine. You're fine.
Do you feel to the fact that like they're probably going to lose against Buffalo, and I'm fine with it if they do. But if they miraculously pull out a win, whoa.
I know.
If to the fact that anything goes, do you see them getting better as the season progresses? Or do you think they may slip?
No, I see them getting better because they have a stretch in October going into November with a lot of winnable games that I think they're going to win. I think they're going to beat the Saints. I think they're going to beat the Titans. I think they're going to beat the Browns. I think they can beat the Falcons with Michael Penix in there. Michael Penix did not look good in that Carolina game especially. And I think that's going to give them some confidence because toward the end of the season, they have to play the Ravens in Baltimore. They have to play Buffalo again. I think they have Miami again at the end of the year. So that could be a winnable game. So they got some tough games toward the end, but I think that middle stretch that's coming up after Buffalo, I think it's going to be telling. And I think it's going to tell us there's something there.
They'll also play the Jets twice.
Yep, that's true. They are.
So, I mean, depends on which Justin Fields actually decides to show his head.
Exactly.
And you are right. I mean, the way I see it is like when you had Gerard Mayo, there was still a lot of pieces left over from Bill Belichick that you still had to put the checks and balances in. Mike Vrabel changing up a lot of that scenery is also using guys, some of them are veterans, some of them are in new positions, some of them are young, some of them are less experienced, less talented. They've also got a couple like rookies in there, you know? Mm-hmm. So you are right. Like the reason why I took stats out is because everybody's a statistical guy. Oh man, did you see what they did? Like, 72% completions for Drake May, but it's like, no. Take that out. Did you watch the game? Yeah. So how did he look? Well, I just told you. He threw 72%. I was like, no. I don't care about that. I want to know from your perspective, using your eye, how they looked. How did they feel? Even if they sucked at the play, did they make you feel like they were trying their damnedest? Because a lot of times last year, it didn't look like they were trying their damnedest to save their life in the end of the locker room. Now it's like you see a team that comes out that wants to be better, and yes, they've thrown 2 craps. Vegas, I would have expected them to win. They didn't. I agree with you with Pittsburgh. They should have blown them straight out of the water. But now you have a 1-2 team that is the Carolina Panthers, who do not have a proper head on their shoulder. It seems like Bryce Young could be decently against the Patriots. He could throw up a wet fart. I mean, hell, could be worse. You could be playing Indy right now, where I wouldn't want to.
Right. I think
even Indy looks good though.
They're frauds. They'll come down. They'll come back down to earth.
Who would you say right now is the better team in the NFL?
Between the Panthers and the Patriots?
No, just in general.
Like, who's the best team in the NFL?
Yeah, who do you feel to the fact, like, taking away record, but looking at how they control, who would you say would probably be like, a dominant team right now?
Eagles are dominant. I mean, they have everything. They have the defense, they got the quarterback, they got the running back, they have two good receivers. They have a really good tight end. They got everything. So I'd say the Eagles are up there. Commanders have the pieces in place to be there. The Bills, obviously, the Bills are still there, even though diehard Patriots fans want to believe that they're not that good. They're still good. They still got a year or two left. I think this is the year that if the Bills are going to do it, this is the year they got to overcome the Chiefs.
Oh, definitely.
The Ravens, I don't buy. I never buy the Ravens. I always think the Ravens are postseason choke artists. They never get it done. That's really it, though. I mean, those like 2 or 3 teams. That's it. I mean, what about you?
Green Bay?
No, Green Bay just lost to Cleveland last week. Like that, if you can't take care of a team like that, you got some issues.
How do you think the Broncos are looking right now?
I think Bo Nix is starting to come back to reality. And they lost Patrick Surtain for the year. So that defense took a big hit.
Their games have actually been close. That's why. I mean, the Broncos played the Chargers game 1. Okay, so they only lost by 3, which is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But then they took on the Colts, who were actually having a good defensive year. But they only lost by 1. And then they beat the Titans 2012. And of course, I'm saying the same thing. I'm diehard Patriots guy, and I'm sitting here like, pumping the Dolphins pumping the Broncos because a little bit of the Broncos are looking good. But yeah, like if they start to sustain injuries, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, and they can't afford any more injuries. They can't.
So who's undefeated right now? The Buccaneers. They're another team that actually looks good.
They're sneaky. They're a sneaky team.
Well, Baker Mayfield is still being Baker, even though people said Baker Mayfield wasn't going to be anything anymore.
Bills,
Packers,
Chargers,
Vikings, Lions, yeah. Eagles are 3-0.
Yep, 49ers are 3-0.
49ers are 3-0. The Bills 3-0. Chargers, they themselves are, Herbert's looking good.
I know. No one's talking about them because everybody's talking about the Colts. Chargers have been good. Justin Herbert's been good. Chargers have been good this year.
Because I think the reason people are talking more about the Colts is because Anthony Richardson should have been the starting quarterback. And you're going with the thrown away hand-me-down goods of Daniel Jones, who Daniel Jones in himself does not look like Daniel Jones. He is not looking like that guy who is very, very insecure about himself in a New York Giants uniform. And he does not in any which way, shape, or form, especially being on that field, does not look like the Daniel Jones that was under center for the Giants. No way.
No.
So that's whatever, like, that's even me. I'm wondering, what do they have in the Kool-Aid in Indianapolis that they're giving Daniel Jones? Because he looks like a completely different quarterback. And if you get a good quarterback like that, has this been sitting in Daniel Jones? And the whole time you've had a shitty offensive coordinator or a shitty coach that was not able to pull this out of his quarterback?
Well, look at what happened. Look at what happened to Sam Darnold. He went from the Jets, played for the Vikings last year, went off, got a big contract in Seattle.
And
so,
look at Meta.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying he looks bad in Seattle, but Seattle is probably going to be an adjustment for him. He is 3-1, but you don't have Justin Jefferson as a weapon.
Right.
You don't even have DK Metcalf because he left.
I know.
Who are you throwing to?
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Oh. What's the final score of the Patriots game?
On Tuck Rule Takes, I said 21-13. I'm going to change it just a little bit. I'm going to go Patriots 24, Panthers 13. Say the Patriots win this game by double digits. Yeah, they're not going to blow out the Panthers. I think it's going to be like a 17-13 game going into the fourth quarter. Then the Patriots grind out a touchdown to give them a victory. I think they end up 2-2 in September, which is fine. Get blown out by the Bills next week on Sunday Night Football, which again is fine. And then you have your stretch of Saints, Titans, Browns, Falcons, and I think the Bucks are after that. So you got 4 games in a row that you should have a chance to win all those games.
I'm saying 21-16, but it's Patriots.
It's a good score. I like that.
I have a feeling Bryce, it probably won't even be Bryce Young. It'll be something having to do with Chuba Hubbard. He'll either break off, but the Patriots do have a pretty decent run defense for what they've been holding down.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a feeling to the fact that Chuba Hubbard's either going to break off with a pass, which it'll probably be owned by Bryce at that point, or to the fact he's just going to run in for a score. Something is going to happen.
I think he's
questionable because he's on my fantasy team.
I think I have him in one of my leagues too. Yeah, I think he's questionable tomorrow too. Hubbard and McMillan are both questionable, but I would expect they're both going to play. But also the Panthers are missing 2 starting offensive linemen tomorrow. So you can get to Bryce Young, I think. Especially with Milton Williams and Christian Barmore and Harold Landry. I think that they can get to Bryce Young tomorrow. I really do.
I want to see if they can actually give. I know Bryce Young can move. He can get out of the pocket. He can scramble. He can basically give you what you need in order to get you broken around. But there's something about that Patriots defensive line that it seems like they're bottlenecking when they're getting these run-type quarterbacks. Because even Geno Smith looked a little bit kind of crunched in.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in the Raiders game. Aaron Rodgers has a little bit of movement to him. He didn't even seem like he was moving much. And even Tua. Tua was... And I thought that man was going concussion protocol again. Oh, wait. That's just in his mind. So there you have it, guys. We both have the Patriots to win. Al's going to be at the game, so if they lose, you know who to blame. What'd you have for dinner tonight?
I haven't had dinner yet. I got dinner waiting for me.
I thought you were picking up and eating it before you.
I didn't have time, so I picked it up, and then as soon as I got in, I just put it down. I jumped on my laptop. I did that for you, Topher.
So what'd you get?
Just Chipotle. It's 5 minutes away from me.
Chipotle. Ooh. What's your Chipotle order, buddy?
Yeah, I got you. So double burrito or double wrapped, I should say.
Double
First of
wrapped
all,
burrito.
You got to get it double wrapped because when you put all the stuff you put in it and it breaks, it's the worst. So you got to get it double wrapped.
It's all over the place.
Brown rice, black beans. Do you remember when they had the honey chicken over the summer?
Oh yeah.
I got that all the time and I loved it. And I'm so pissed they don't have it anymore.
What'd you get in its place?
What I used to get before I got the honey chicken, barbacoa. So I go barbacoa. I do corn salsa, extra cheese. What I've been doing lately, I don't know if you've seen this on TikTok with like the food eaters and stuff like that. I get a side of the vinaigrette, a side of the sour cream. You mix it together and it makes like a nice little like sauce. It's really good. So then I just pour it on the burrito, eat it, call it a day. It's delicious.
I actually have a Chipotle like up in the plaza next to where I am.
Oh yeah.
Try that vinaigrette thing.
It's good. I like it. I like sweet stuff. So if you don't like sweet stuff, you probably won't like it.
No, I like sweet stuff. I got a sweet tooth. I try not to eat as many sweets.
Yeah. The key
granted
is
my size.
fair. The key is pour the sour cream into the vinaigrette and shake it up really good. That's the key.
I have to hold it down. I'm a bowl guy myself. I like having the bowl because I will order a small bag of chips.
Smart.
With a little salsa, so this way you get the I usually get not the salsa, but I get the queso. Chips and queso. And what I do is I take my chip, dip it into my bowl.
Yep.
And I go to town.
That's smart. I alternate. I get on like burrito kicks, then I get on bowl kicks. So I'm kind of back and forth.
Yeah, like I'm all for like, you know, I don't know. It's just something about the bowl. There's moments where like even like with the flour tortilla, I don't know if it's me. Like somebody else told me like they sometimes smell it. It's got like a little cleaning smell. It's something different that just hits my nose and it's like, ugh. I still eat it. It's good. It's just the smell.
Huh. Interesting. Never thought of that.
It's got a smell.
All right. Take your word for
it.
Where
are you sitting? Yeah. Where are you sitting in the game?
Let me look right now. I have you on. Let me look. I am sitting section 114, row 6. So it's like, let me see if I can find the seating. There we go. So let's see if I can zoom in. By the way, while I'm trying to find that, make sure to rate and subscribe to Boston Concessions everywhere you can.
We are anywhere that you get your podcast, and also right here live on YouTube.
So it's a little hard to see. I don't know if you can kind of see on the screen. Let me move this over to the other way.
Hey, like near. Okay, so you're in the corner, like near the end zone.
Yeah, so we're there, and we're behind the Patriots bench, so that'll be good.
Not bad.
Yeah, be fun.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good day.
Hope so. It's supposed to be nice weather. Just to hope it's a better result.
Yeah. That's what we always hope for.
It's gonna be 80 degrees at game time. Holy shit.
Yep. Welcome to September.
Better believe it's gonna be a short stay tomorrow.
Isn't tomorrow the first day of fall too?
I think it was the 21st. Because I think it's the autumnal equinox on the 21st.
We're both wrong. It was the 22nd.
Oh, was it really? Okay.
But you were correct because you didn't go over. So Price is Right rules. You win. Yep.
Sweet.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Al Nahigian. He is the trainer of minds. He is the co-host of Tuck Rule Takes.
Mm-hmm.
He is Big Al 2793 at Twitter.
Correct.
Go give him some love. Go give him all that good stuff. And of course, Al, it's always great having a good talk with you.
Always a
Especially
pleasure,
keeping
Toph.
me on my toes and challenging me with baseball rhetoric.
Got you. Always. Always fun to come on here.
I'll have to change it up one day. I'll have to go on Tuck Rules Take and talk some crap.
We'll get you on there. Don't worry.
But go eat your dinner, sir.
I will.
And enjoy as always.
You as well.
And we will talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
Take care, bud.
You too.
All right. And for me, myself, I'm going to wrap up because I'm going to call it a night, do a couple things. First off, I do want to thank Al. Al is always amazing. It's good to like actually have somebody like within a conversation that you can not agree on certain things, but you do it in a very comical manner. And of course, I'm glad he also didn't leave the show when I said Aaron Boone instead of that Cora guy. But like I said, I would have taken a wet paper towel to coach this team. So we will be back with normal scheduling. I'm going to be back Monday night. So this way it's after football. We can talk football. We'll go into a couple things. I'll probably have a couple surprises for you guys. So please feel free. Hopefully talk to you guys soon. Thank you everybody for checking in. This has been Boston Concessions. We are an SSBN podcast with the one and only Mike Gilligan getting married. Whoop, whoop. Those single men going out the door. Oh, that's so bummed. Anyway, no, to Mike and Bride, congratulations and all from us at Boston Concessions. We are glad to call you an SSBN brother. And yes, we are back. We are loud. We are proud. We're everything we do. Thank you everybody for like whoever hangs out and also for listening to the podcast. Couldn't have done it without you and your absolute keen eye or ear or whatever it is. So from all of us, I am Topher. We will see you Monday night. Take care and go Patriots.